Hello, this is my August recap video, and just wanted to kind of go over what happened in August. I think, a lot of cool things happened for me personally. I just started on this YouTube channel, started revamping my Instagram, and I thought it might be good to do kind of like a reflect back on what the month was like. Today, it is early September. It is September 4th, it's Labor Day, and to think that about a month ago I was on vacation just seems crazy to me, because I don't know about you guys, but August felt so long, and August 1st feels like forever ago. So I guess that's a good place to start. So we kicked off the month at a resort in Puerto Morelos, which is just outside of Cancun, and we were at San Sirang. I posted a video here. I did make a video of me kind of planning this week, but in reverse, meaning I did it as a reflection of what we did while we were there. So I covered things like what books I read, what we did every morning after breakfast, because that was our adult time, and just how we spent our family pool time, and how after our pool time we were all exhausted, that we really used that time back at the room to have snacks and sleep and read. So I also did a review of this resort in that same video. Oh yeah, so at the end of the trip we came home and Ellie was feeling like he had really bad allergies, so he did a quick COVID test and it turned out, yes, bright, quickly positive. Lewis and I actually never ended up testing positive, even though we tested a few times, even though we did feel a little meh, but we got through it and we were fine. The following week, Lewis started a new Pokemon camp. I was not impressed with this camp because they spent a lot of time playing the Pokemon game online. I really thought they'd be using the time to kind of work on strategies, working with other kids, trading cards, kind of more of this like in-person interaction, but it wasn't that. I was mostly playing games online. Not the greatest when you're spending a lot of money on this camp, but now I know. One thing I started this month of August was this special like exercise incentive. I'm going to be posting a video about this very soon of how I'm going to motivate myself to exercise. While I have initial things that keep me motivated of like trying to be healthy, wanting to lose a few pounds, maybe it's training for a race, but it's the consistency part that I really struggle with, and I felt like I needed some sort of intrinsic factor or an external factor that would really kind of make sure I was consistent, and that if I had to make a choice of do I exercise today or do I sit on the couch and be lazy, that this would motivate me to get up and go for a run or go for a hike or whatever it is. So I'll be posting about that. This is also when I started posting a lot more about like the meals on the bottom, and I really like this because when I started posting this, when I started noting on the bottom of the weeks as I planned what was in the fridge or what we had to eat or what I wanted to make, really just being able to look back every day and check it off or know, oh, this is something that's still left to be made, really was helpful for me. We also had tenants move out that week, so we had to start cleaning the house, getting it ready for painters. After coming back from vacation, it just felt like I really needed also kind of deep clean our house in some ways. So I spent the time doing some things I normally don't do, like really cleaning our bedroom and deep cleaning our kitchen. Sunday, we went out for dinner. We went on a date night. I think we went to go get dim sum. Yeah, and then we went to go see Barbie. And actually, this is funny. Speaking of Barbie, I love this movie. Have you guys seen it already? If you have, comment below what you thought. But this was a little like Barbie box that was at the outlets and the Poconos, and I just kind of I went in there and I took a few pictures. I love this movie so much. So the week of the 14th is when Lewis's camp all wrapped up, and we called it Mommy and Abba camp because he was home with us all day. So we put a structure in place, and we had some play dates set up, and this is also when we really planned for like activities, like whether it's playing tennis together, me working out. I was also in Boston for the middle of the week for work, and again I was kind of noting here some things I did in terms of food. For that weekend, we went back up to the Poconos to our cabin. and my friend Christina and her family visited, and we went hiking, we went to the pool, we hung out at the fire pit, and then we wrapped up that trip at the outlets, which is where I saw that little Barbie thing. This is when I also started doing a little bit more Pilates from a Peloton app. I really love it because, you know, as a mom, you know, you get older and your body is a little bit different. So I felt like Pilates was a little bit more gentler, but also would reinforce my core a little bit more. And then the week of 21st, again, same thing. It was Mommy Abba week. We were there for the whole week. You know, I try to wake up every morning a little bit earlier to get a run in, to get an exercise in before everybody else woke up, before I had to kind of start sitting down and working. I was noting a few things extra here that happened like throughout the week where I did have a bit of a headache. So again, I was worried maybe I did have COVID, but I never tested positive for it. I was really looking forward to baking barbecue chicken on the grill, and I knew it was really close to being perfect. I checked one of the chicken thighs, and I was like, I just need like another minute or two, and I put it back on the grill, and in those next few minutes, the whole grill got on fire. So no chicken thighs for dinner. I think we went out to eat pizza instead. For the later part of the week, it turns out Lewis was feeling a little sick. Again, he tested negative, and I felt a little bit sick too, but we ended up just rushing home after he had piano lesson that Thursday, or when, I can't remember which day, but he had piano, and he threw up in the middle of his lesson. So we kind of wrapped that up early, and then while he was taking a nap, because he was so sick and tired, we just wrapped up all our belongings and went back to Philly pretty early. That was the first weekend before school started, so there's a lot of like school supply running. He did a soccer practice on the 25th, but I think it actually got canceled because of the rain. You're right, yeah, it got canceled. And then Sunday was our big Philly 10K race. My friend Lydia and me and my husband, we ran this together, and it was good. I ran it much faster than I thought I would, but still, it was pretty slow. But I'm glad I did it. I don't know if running is really like the same passion I had before, but you know what, it was a good run, and it was beautiful weather. And, you know, we had a goal of going to bed early so that Lewis would be ready for school. And this takes us to the last week of August, where that following Monday, Lewis started school. He also resumed soccer practice, so we were there both Monday and Friday. I was organizing some things within the house. I organized his room. I made a video about that as well in the September reset, because I just really, you know, when you start school and you start a new school year, in my mind, even though I'm not in school anymore, I still feel like it's like a new year. You want to do new things. You want to kind of reset your goals, see if you're on track, or maybe reevaluate. So a few things I did here, and there'll be more videos to come that kind of gets into more of the specifics of these items. And here's a sweet picture of my kid on his first day of school. And then, yeah, we just came back from the weekend here from the Poconos with some of my friends. Now, if I flip over to August here, I feel like, and I did love this, it's like orangey and sunflowers. I didn't really write as much as I thought I would have. Again, we came back, August kind of kicked off with a trip, and just a few pictures here, and I wrote some memories from my trip that I really, really enjoyed. And yeah, I'm noting that I'm still taking my COVID test and still negative. Here I noted that I tried this like half-page format, and when I see it on other people's, it looks great. Maybe their handwriting is smaller, but I tried it and I didn't really like it. I felt like I was being squished, and it was kind of hindering my train of thought while I wrote down my thoughts. So I pivoted back to full page and then just drawing a line wherever so I could start the next day. I remember part of August, I'd just been feeling really just tired and run down, and I think it was like leading up to this, you know, to this quote unquote new school year, a new year, where I think mentally I was just burnt out. The trip itself early in August, I really hoped that would have re-energized me, but I think I came back feeling even more stressed because I just knew I'd be walking into so much more stuff, like with home and for work. So yeah, thinking more about what I need to do to make sure I take time for myself and so I can recharge. We did go back to South Philadelphia where we have our rental home and where we moved from recently, and went to our favorite diner, and it was just really, really lovely. Running warm, and Lewis is growing a mullet, although it's just because he wants to grow his hair out. So took a picture of this because he's got this little rat tail. So one day when he asks me why did I let him have that, he knows it's his choice. Saw Barbie again. I loved this movie so much, and we are now in a world where we don't really buy DVDs and things like that, but if I had the option to buy a DVD and if I had a DVD player, I would 100% buy this movie. Alright, so this is when I was in Boston and I was just brain dumping. I was on the plane and I was like, oh my gosh, like there's so many things I need to pack before going to the Poconos and meal planning. And so I just kind of brain dumped a lot of stuff. Kind of wrote up a quick update of what I did when I was in Boston. And then yeah, just reflecting on that weekend of the 21st when my friend Christine came with her family. We went on this beautiful hike. The boys, they just get on great. We got ice cream. It was just a really, really nice time. I love it when we hang out with friends that we adore as like the adults, and then the kids also really enjoy each other's company. It just really makes for a really, really lovely time. One of the things I'm focusing on for this now later half of the year is just having quality time with friends. You know, I don't have too many friends, and a lot of them actually don't live very close. Some of them live in like New York, New Jersey, or Connecticut, or elsewhere. So trying to make the time to just either go to them or they come to us, especially now we got this house in the woods. Just love entertaining people there, and just, you know, making that a priority. Here on the 24th, I'm writing about how Lewis was sick and not feeling great, and he threw up. So I basically wrapped up my day really, really early, and then we packed up the house and we left, and we got home Thursday evening. So Friday we spent the day really just taking care of him. Lewis, Friday morning in the middle of the night, he had this like really weird like fever dream or hallucination, and even in the morning he remembered what happened, but he didn't believe me at first that it was a dream. So I looked it up. I think it's not uncommon for kids to, like, when they have a high fever, to hallucinate. And we gave him some pain medicine, some like Tylenol, and had him cuddle in bed with us just because we were so worried about what was going on. And then in the middle of the night his fever broke and he was fine. So, and it's been fine since. Just noting a few things we need to get for the school year, wrapping that up. Yeah, and then Sunday was the big race, and here's the bib. That was my time. Again, pretty slow, but just proud of myself for getting it done. And they also gave out free stickers, so love that. And then for the last few days in August, I just kind of wrote about like Lewis going back to school, how he felt. You know, it's still a newish school to him since we started in the middle of the school year last year. Oh, and then the biggest update is we did order the new Ford Maverick. We ordered it back in September of last year, and we just got notification that it has been built and shipped to us. So it should be coming in the next few weeks. Really, really excited. So then we ended up selling our Honda CR-V so that we could get the cash ready, some of that money ready so that we could put towards our Maverick. The Maverick is like this compact SUV. I'll post a picture in the link below, but it's just super cute. It's like an urban pickup truck. And then the last one, finally took my vitamins, trying to just be better about my meds. I've been working on a growth plan at work for my kind of range of customers, just making sure that we are looking to the future and just doing all the right things. Yeah, and this is some pictures from my race. Just really had a really wonderful time. And that's it. Like I said, it's the beginning of September. We're about 4 days in, and I haven't had a chance to journal anything other than just looking at the week ahead. So I look forward to sharing with you guys how September goes in the next few weeks. Hope that was informative. And I hope I hope you all had a wonderful August, and hope you're looking forward to September. And I'll talk to you soon. Thanks.